Microsoft has just confirmed the next big Windows 11 update, 26H2, and it's landing this fall. Now, Microsoft is really trying to sell this one as no big deal. Small, quick, you'll barely notice it. And that's the part I found interesting, because 22H2 is actually a bigger deal than they're making it sound, just in ways they're not really advertising. This is the update that brings more of their AI into your everyday Windows. It's also a good example on how the once-a-year Windows update doesn't mean what it used to. There is more going on here than a small download. Stick with me and I'll walk you through what 26H2 really is, the good stuff and the bits we're keeping an eye on. Okay, let's start with what 26H2 even is, because this part is kind of interesting. You know how big Windows update is normally this thing you dread, like downloads forever, restarts a bunch of times, and you're just hoping it doesn't wreck anything. Well, 26H2 isn't like that. It's what I call an embezzlement package, which sounds technical, but all it means is the new stuff is already sitting on your PC switched off, and the update just comes along and it turns it on. There's barely anything to download and it's done before you really notice. And I'll give them that much. It's a smarter way to do it than the old mess. Now, the actual new features, and there's really ones this time, not like last year when we get basically nothing. The big one people are going to like, you can finally move the taskbar again, up top or off to the side, wherever you want it really. And that's great, but let's be real about what it is. Microsoft took that away when Windows 11 launched. People complained about it for about 4 years, and now they're handling it back like it's some kind of gift. You can shrink it out too. The right-click menu got tidied up and all the clutter grouped into neater sections instead of one endless list. Even the old runbox, that little Win+R window that's looked the same since forever, finally got freshen up. There's a point-in-time restore thing as well for rolling your PC back to when it was actually working. So on the surface, decent update, but keep this in the back of your head because it matters in a minute. A lot of this isn't really tied to 26H2 at all. It's already dripping out through the monthly updates, which sounds like a good thing, but more features sooner, right? But that's exactly where this whole thing starts getting messy. Now you're asking, so messy how? Here's what I mean. Microsoft's whole pitch now is that the yearly update is small and calm, nothing to worry about. And that part is actually true. But the reason it's so calm is that all the real work got shoved somewhere else into the updates that hit your PC every single month. That's where the new features actually land now, and that's also where the problem lands. And I'm not talking in theory here. Look at what happened just last month. The June update goes out to everybody. It's mandatory, so you can't really say no to it. And it broke a bunch of stuff. People couldn't get into their OneDrive properly. Some people opening Office files through other programs. The whole thing would just crash on them. File Explorer got sluggish for a lot of people. And the worst one, some machines rebooted straight into a BitLocker recovery screen asking for a key. And if you didn't have that key saved somewhere, a few people were basically looking at wiping the whole computer. Now, to be fair, Microsoft patches these things and most people get through June okay. I don't want to make it sound like your PC is going to explode, but you see the pattern, right? They tell you the big update is nothing to stress about, and technically that's true, but only because the risky part got spread out into these monthly drops that don't get the same attention. So the calm they're selling to you, it's kind of moved the pressure somewhere you're not looking. Alright, the other big thing in 26H2, and this is the one I personally keep an eye on, is the AI, the Copilot. Microsoft been trying to jam Copilot into every corner of Windows for a couple of years now, and with this update, it's getting into File Explorer. That's the window you open to look at your files and folders, the thing you probably use 100 times a day without thinking about it. Now, Copilot is going to live in there too, so you can ask it about your files, have it dig stuff up for you, organize things, that kind of deal. And I want to be fair about this because credit where it's due, Microsoft actually backed off a little lately. People push back hard on the AI being shoved everywhere, and they listen sort of. They pulled it out of a few apps like Notepad, and in File Explorer it's supposed to be opt-in, meaning you choose to turn it on rather than it just being there in your face. So that's better than where they were headed. I'll take it. But here's what gets me. This is the same company that can get a monthly update out without breaking the recycle bin, and they want to sit an AI on top of your personal files. And the funny part is, hardly anyone's even using Copilot. Last I checked, its share of people actually using it was sitting around 1%, while everybody else is on ChatGPT, Claude, or Google's thing. So you got to ask, if barely anyone wants it, why does it keep ending up deeper inside your operating system? That's the question I'd sit with. It tells you who this stuff is really for. And that's what gets me about Microsoft the whole act this past year. They know people are fed up. They read the complaints, they've seen the videos tearing Windows apart, all of it. And then back in the spring they made this big announcement about how they were going to raise the quality of Windows and really start listening. They said they would cut down on the ads showed into the start. So they said they ease up on those forced updates that reboot your PC in the middle of your work. And on its own, that stuff is welcome. I'm not going to complain that there's fewer ads in my start menu. But look at the shape of it. One of the tech sites described that announcement as coming across like an apology letter with apology taken out, and that stuck with me, because it's exactly right. Microsoft doesn't actually say we messed up. They just hand back a few of the things they took from you and let you feel like you want something. Basically, it's the taskbar story on repeat. Take it away, wait a few years, give a slice of it back and call that listening. The way I see it, the deeper direction never moved an inch. The ads got trimmed, but they didn't disappear. The forced updates got a little gentler, but they're still not really your choice. It looks like a company that heard you and changed course. It's actually the same company with nicer wrapping paper. And once you see it that way, you start reading everything they announce a little differently. And nowhere does that matter more than the AI, because that's the one area they're not backing off at all. Let me show you where this actually is heading, because Copilot sitting in your file explorer is just the opening move. Right now, Copilot mostly waits on you. You open it, you ask it something, it answers, and if you don't want it, you can actually ignore it. At least you're not the one calling the shots. What Microsoft's building next is a different animal. They're testing what they call agents, bits of AI that don't wait for you at all. They just go off and do things on their own. Instead of you cleaning up your own downloads folder, an agent scans it and sorts it however it decides. Instead of you writing the email, it drafts one of you in the background while you're off doing something else. Microsoft got a term for this, and you already heard it. It's called agentic operating system, which is a fancy way of saying your computer starts acting on its own instead of waiting for you to tell it what to do. And some people are going to love that, I get it. If it really saves your time, that's fair enough, but think about what you're handing over to get it. Every one of those agents needs to get in your files and your messages to do its job. And once the machine is the one deciding what to sort and what to send, you're not really driving your PC anymore. You are supervising it. Windows used to be a tool that did what you told it. These days it's turning into something that makes the calls for you and hopes you're okay with it. That, to me, is the real headline hiding inside 26H2, way more than a movable taskbar. Okay, one last thing before I tell you what I actually do. There's a detail in all this that barely anyone is talking about, and it's kind of telling. Alongside 26H2, there is another version called 26H1. And no, that's not me misspeaking. 26H1 isn't for you. It only exists for certain brand new PCs, the ones built around the latest AI chips. If you got a normal computer, you'll never see it, and you couldn't install it even if you wanted to. Microsoft says they'll fold the two back together next year. But sit with what that means for a second. Windows used to be one thing, everybody more or less on the same page. Now it's splitting into versions, and the split is lining up around Microsoft's new AI hardware, not around anything a regular user asks for. It is a small thing today, but it's the kind of small thing that shows you where the priorities really sit. So the honest answer to the question you probably clicked on this for, should you take 26H2 at all? For most people, when it shows up this fall, sure, it's a light install, it's nothing going to hurt your machine, and getting the taskbar back where you want it's a nice little win. What I would do is not rush it. Let it sit a week or two, let other people run into the bugs first, then update once it's settled down. Switch off the AI pieces you don't want, you're allowed to, and it's not hard. And keep half an eye on those monthly updates, because that's where the real story is now, good and bad. The update itself is fine, it's everything around I would stay awake on. That's 26H2, a small update with a much bigger story tucked inside about where Microsoft's taking your PC. I actually want to hear from you on this one. Are you fine with Windows doing more and more for you, or does the AI creeping in bug you as much as it bugs me? Tell me in the comments, I read them all. If this was useful to you, hit subscribe. It really does help the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.